Hello everyone and welcome back to Turner's Tutoring. We've got another ReadWorks article that we're going to be reading together and answering a few questions so that we can practice, again, nonfiction. Not all of them are nonfiction, but I've been choosing quite a few for nonfiction. Figure it would be really good to practice. And we are going to be doing it on K-2. This is a second grade one, so it's a little higher, but if we break it down, I think we can do it together. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to first go to the vocabulary activity. And our first vocabulary word is communicate. Our second one is companionship. Let's go ahead and go to the questions, because we always read the questions first. When were dogs first... Oh, I messed up something. Remember, we can always put it into whiteboard. And our other thing is to make the text as large as it can go. And we click it 3 times, and that's at the biggest it can go. Let's try this again. Sorry, everybody. When were dogs first domesticated or tamed? Number 2, what does the author list in the 3rd paragraph? Read the following sentences. We'll skip the sentences for now. What can you conclude about dogs based on this information? Number 4, based on the text, why is it helpful to humans that dogs can communicate? And number 5, what is the main idea in dogs? Okay, let's go ahead and go to the passage. If you were doing this on your own, you could have the story read to you still. If you went into ReadWorks, a lot of them have the audio still with it. But let's go ahead and read together. Like we know from our questions, because we've read a little bit so we can build upon what we're going to be reading today, is the title of the article is Dogs. Let's go ahead and get started at the first paragraph. Dogs are mammals. They have long or short fur, ears, legs, and a tail. They come in so many different colors, shapes, and sizes. There are about 340 breeds of dogs. Scientists believe that dogs were first domesticated over 10,000 years ago. To domesticate means to tame. They were probably the first animal to be tamed by humans. Since then, dogs have been used in a number of different ways. They have herded livestock. They have helped protect properties. Dogs have also helped do police work and rescue people in certain situations. Some dogs have guided people who cannot see, and they have also become our friends. Many people today have dogs as pets. They enjoy the companionship dogs give. One of the main reasons why dogs have been so useful to humans is because they are able to communicate in different ways. Dogs can growl and bark loudly when they sense danger. They can wag their tails with excitement when they are happy. They can use their bodies and voices to communicate a message. Now, what I would like you guys to do is rewind and go back and reread that, because we always read the text twice way through. Let's go. I'll give you guys a minute. Okay. You've now read it twice. Go ahead and we are going to go to the question set. We're going to read the questions and the answer choices, and then we're going to answer. But what I want to do is I want to split screen this so that we have the text on one side and the questions on the other, and we're going to prove our answers or find text evidence. Number 1, when were dogs first domesticated or tamed? So we're going to go back. We can read the answer choices, but we're going to go back and we're going to find where it's talking about that. Scientists believe that dogs were first domesticated. So there's our evidence. And we're going to read each answer choice to see which one best goes back to our evidence and answers the question. Is it A, 1,000 years ago, B, over 10,000 years ago, C, 100 years ago, or D, 10 years ago? And if you answered B, you're absolutely correct. We found it in the text, and we were able to answer it with 100% surety. Number 2, what does the author list in the third paragraph? Now, typically, if you were doing this on your own, I would definitely underline or circle that because that is telling us exactly where we need to go. We're going to paragraph 3, so paragraph 1, 2, 3. What does the author list in paragraph 3? So let's scan the text since then. They have herded livestock, so let's go back a little. Dogs have been used in a number of different ways. They've been used in a number of different ways. And they list it. Herded livestock, protect properties, helped do police work, and rescue people. So that's what they're doing. They've been used in different ways. Is it A, different ways dogs have been used? I think so. But let's go ahead and read the rest of our answer choices to see which one, if another one answers it better. B, different breeds of dogs. C, different ways dogs can communicate. Or D, different places dogs can be found. And we're gonna stick with A because that has different ways dogs have been used. Dogs have been used in different ways. And we are absolutely correct. Let's go on to number 3. Read the following sentences. And now is the time that we're going to read these. Dogs have also helped do police work and rescue people in certain situations. Some dogs have guided people who cannot see. What can you conclude about dogs based on this information? So dogs have also helped do police work and rescue. Some dogs have guided people who cannot see. A, they usually only help one kind of person. B, they can help people in different situations and with different jobs. C, they are more helpful to people who cannot hear than people who cannot see. They can communicate with police by barking when they are upset. Now, D is kind of takes it a little too far. It's too specific, and it doesn't mention that in this one. More helpful to people who cannot hear than people who cannot see. It doesn't really say anything like that. They can help people in different situations. Different situations and different jobs. Like how it's saying in police work, that's a job. Work is a synonym to job. And in certain situations, so different situations. And then have guided people who cannot see, so that's another way. Or A, they usually only help one kind of person. It doesn't really say one kind of person or make mention of that. So we're going to check, and if you answered B, you are absolutely correct. Fantastic job so far. We're more than halfway through now. Number 4, based on the text, why is it helpful to humans that dogs can communicate? So we are looking for that specific thing of communicate. Which paragraph does that? And I see in big blue letters, communicate. One of the many reasons why dogs have been so useful to humans is because they are able to communicate in different ways. Dogs can growl and bark loudly when they sense danger. They can wag their tails with excitement when they are happy. They can use their bodies and voices to communicate a message. To communicate a message. Let's see. Because dogs can warn humans when danger is near. Because dogs can teach humans about communicating well. Because dogs can help humans do first aid. Because dogs can remind humans of something they've forgotten. So B and C are kind of silly answers. They're not talking about anything about doing first aid. And the dogs aren't teaching us to communicate better. So it's either between A and D. So because dogs can warn humans when danger is near. In different ways, they can growl and bark loudly when they sense danger. So that's text evidence right there. can remind humans of something they've forgotten. Now, we could infer or guess that that's true, and that probably is in someone's situation, but our text evidence, because it doesn't mention about being forgotten, but it does mention about being in danger. Let's check and see if we're on the right track. And A is the right answer, because we went back and we checked with the text. All right, finish line is near. This is our last one. Number 5. What is the main idea in dogs? Dogs are hard to own as pets, but they can communicate with their tails and voices. There are over 340 breeds of dogs, and they are all different sizes and colors. Since they were first tamed, dogs have been used to help humans in many different ways. Or D, the police have used dogs to help them do their work and rescue people. Let's break these down a little bit. So dogs are hard to own as pets. Does it ever mention in the text about them being hard to own as pets? And that, no, they didn't. So A is not an answer. There are over 340 breeds of dogs, and they are all different sizes and colors. Possibly, but that might be too specifics. C, since they were first tamed, dogs have been used to help humans in many different ways. And I like that answer, but let's think about the last one. The police have used dogs to help them do their work and rescue people. Now, it does mention that in the text, but that's a little too specific. And our main idea needs to be just right in the middle of specific in general. So let's look at this one, and I like C because it talked about that in the text in the beginning, that they are tamed, and that they have been used to help humans in many different ways. And then the text goes and tells us about all those different ways. And we are absolutely correct. Thank you guys for joining me for Turner's Tutoring for another ReadWorks for kinder to 2nd grade. I wish everyone a fantastic rest of their day. Have a great one, and see you next time.